Hmm. I don't know. Hmm. Okay, now it's working, right? Yeah, okay. Well, that's I don't even fucking know what I did. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Yo, yeah, 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 yeah. Um anyway, yeah, why the fuck you guys fucking ruining your lives staying up and shit, man? Oh yeah, I had considered making like an avant-garde live stream. Just gonna have it pointed at my toilet. Toilet toilet is my face. So this is so weird if you're in my own delay. Okay, hold on. So it's like I'm living. So on my end, I'm like saying something and then I hear it back like 10 seconds later. It's like I'm living in the future. It's like the present. It's like the present. The present is the future, and the present extends backwards. The past is measured by the present. You know, this is, this is the present, man. But I just thought I'd yeah, I just thought I'd I don't know, just do random stream at like 3 a.m. because my sleep schedule is pretty messed up, and I really wondered why. Like a lot of people in my age just kind of like we've just been doing this, just like sleeping at like 6 a.m. and shit. Um, God, I want to find this meme my friend sent me. uh, but no, it's oh my god, I gotta find it. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be oh my god, this is gonna be so underwhelming. But yeah, man, just been doing the usual stuff, looking at memes and shit. Da, 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 da. Obviously, yeah, obviously, like we are kind of working on something, and like I'm sure we'll talk about that more. Um, but just it's still a lot of stuff that's like kind of in the gray area right now. Not in a bad way. None of it in a bad way, actually. Um, so yeah. So I think I don't know. The both of us can talk about what's been going on, kind of more of an update. It's not in a bad way. Again, it's probably in like a very like the most underwhelming and mundane way, just like, oh, huh, that happened, huh? Like, oh, huh, things have been going on, huh? You got busy, huh? Just like the typical story, you know. But the break has been good because I've been thinking a lot about like, still trying to find that meme, by the way. Been thinking about just a lot of things, and and yeah, and just sorry, I smoked a bit. um yeah, a lot of things happen, and you have a lot of time to read new stuff and to check out new stuff. Fuck, I can't find it. I'm sorry. But yeah, and it leads you to really question your creative philosophy, and I think your creative philosophy really kind of comes to light in this time where you do have a break, and you're trying things out, and you can uh uh you should be able to like afford to fail, or it's a time to like learn to code. It's a time to learn to code and to learn to invest in day trading to get ahead of the economy, because the COVID break is an opportunity, is a rare opportunity we're all getting. So I fell into that other camp where I was like, right, not that I was greedy, but like also because of the um there was some pressure to just kind of like get a job, get a career, because I was at that point. I think when we stopped like 1 or 2 years out of school now, so I think 1 year at, yeah, maybe yeah, maybe nah, I don't know, 1 or 2 years out of school. So yeah, and like making this shit, like I don't mean it that way. Like the light of my life is is has been filmmaking for a long time, and I just kind of didn't realize that. I think me and Julian. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, Facebook. Give me the give me the good shit when I need it. Well, I can't find it, but this is a photo of us in high school, and we are like, I'm like, damn, like we've been making videos for like a long time, and it's crazy, yeah, and it's like you waver away and back and in and out and through it all over your life, and you're just like, oh, you know what, it is pretty cool. Like I think there's a reason we like keep coming back to it, over and over again. So, but again, like even dude, like even just like um making props and shit was like really denting our wallet. Like even like making like a big red cross and shit. Like I'm like, damn. We're trying to figure out like how much like spray paint we need, because like a $15 or 30 bucks that we're getting from Walmart, like that's a lot of money for us. And because we didn't like really work a lot, but at the same time, like only when you don't work a lot can you kind of really have opportunities to do really weird and experimental stuff. So it's been kind of been tough like that. So I think I tried to like get a job so I could, I think, support some sort of creativity, but I just like, I think I got way too deep in just like getting a career. Okay, I'm gonna read the chat now. I'm gonna be a good streamer and read the chat, so you guys can get on my tier 3 sub list. Damn. Um, I gotta go. Oh, thanks, Mustafa. No, thanks for coming, bro. Thanks for coming. We'll do an avant-garde one for you next time, bro. Uh, Thank you. And Immortalis. Oh hey, unexpected stream. Yeah, I'm just talking about random shit because I I smoked a bit and yeah, I just thought I'd do something weird, you know. And I'm also having like thinking a lot about creativity. By the way, just tell me what the fuck you guys are doing up so late if you're in the fucking chat. But thinking a lot about creativity and because I started like I kind of accidentally reading books on creativity. I definitely fell down that hole of like this self help, personal development, business, whatever kind of um, addiction, you know. And I still like those books. Actually, like a lot of those books are super interesting. Uh, like Gladwell and shit and Freakonomics, like that stuff is really cool. But there's a lot of other stuff that's kind of just like more of the same. Um, so yeah, there was that, and I kind of accidentally started reading some books on like philosophy and creativity. Seth Godin has one. This is really interesting because Seth Godin, who's like a marketer dude, he had a book called Lynchpin. Um, and it's really well written. He's a good writer, just clear and simple, concise. And then there's this other chick who wrote this book called Big Magic, and they're both really good books on creativity. But I think it's funny because like they complement each other very well. One book is Seth Godin, the man. His book is very like it's very like kind of they're both very yin yang into each other. His is very like kind of masculine in form and concept. Like it's about numbers, it's about reasoning, data, rationalizing, and it's just about how kind of the new age of creativity and the new ideas of what a creative person is kind of the logical, reasonable, and rational thing to do, given the history of like kind of business and success and and all that stuff. Yeah, so he comes at it from that angle. And then Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, that chick, actually really funny and great great writer, obviously. I didn't expect her to be so funny. But she comes at it from a more like feminine angle, this creativity thing about how like you kind of do need to invent your own like world building. You have to come up with your own lore to understand like why you do things creatively, or to like kind of imbue meanings to things, because if things don't mean anything, then like you won't really be engaged and involved, and you won't do it, right? So she talks about like the magical thinking of like kind of like you, as a kid, you want Santa Claus to exist, but you may or may not exist, kids. But yeah, and it's about kind of it starts from just talking about magical thinking and creativity, and how we need to come up with like our own entire like system or textbook or dance, like or something, or some sort of like organized more complete idea for creativity. It's something that's kind of personal to us and something completely inventive. And then she talks about the other things, like all the hard truths about having to, I guess, just be a creative person, and the stuff that makes people quit, like just let me think. Like obviously time, right? And time and I think actually when people place too much of an emotional stake into it, and when they get caught up in theory over practice, and are afraid to just kind of generally just like afraid to make a fucking fool of themselves. So I think yeah, they're both very. This is the yin yang gang sign. or is this? But they complemented each other really well. So, and I hit those two books like kind of back to back, but then I kind of ping pong back and forth again, kind of just to reread them. And by read, I mean listen, because I had listened to audiobooks. And then I say I read them. But yeah. And I did start like actually reading, though. Reading like Alan Watts. So he's fun guy. Chat check. Never quit. Says, hello Asian dude, I'm white dude. Hey, white dude with anime avatar. God. Your anime avatar is not welcome here. Just kidding. Cause yeah. I don't know. Is there anything you want me to talk about? Or is there anything you want me to talk you about too? Talk you into? Talk you out of? But yeah, the whole point of that entire my double whammy book talk / review there was just that yeah, a lot of things have been happening, I guess, and it changes, makes you change and think about your creative philosophy. So that's pretty cool. And it's been changing for me, and it's been something really flipped. A lot of my kind of core values and beliefs like really flipped in a very short amount of time, and obviously for the better, right? It's all positive. We always keep a positive baby in here, making existential horror anime depression videos, Damn, this is pretty cool though. Oh my god. Also, I feel so stupid about this one because I went to Japan, and I do. How do I tell if people are even watching? I don't care. Yeah, so I went to Japan, right? And Julian went to Japan, and I went to Japan, and it's like, damn. When I came back, he's like, dude, let's make something. Let's make some stuff. And because I got some footage over there, and he would just like a podcast chit chat thing. And I was just like, no, I gotta get back to work. I was so stupid. Oh. Since you're an anime YouTuber, how come you don't have anime merch and posters on your wall? Oh my god, that's so funny. What? Actually, yeah. Man, dude, I don't think I have anything on my wall. I have this here. I'm sure. Well, I don't. I got this. I got a random painting my mom gave me. I think it's like an IKEA painting, and then I have just like random papers and stuff stuck to the wall, and I have a Alan Watts. Oh no. There he is. I don't know. Yeah, like the I think I the what was the one, the fucking Emoto Bento thing? You know, Julian wrote it. It's funny because Julian wrote it, right? But yeah, a lot of that stuff has been stuff I've been thinking about too, in terms of like kind of con- being a consumer, or like really like how much I really need to let people know that I'm a this person or that person, or a this kind of anime dude or that kind of anime dude, right? So um yeah, not yeah. So I don't I try to just buy useful things. Like I still buy a lot of dumb shit, obviously, because I'm me. But I try to buy like just yeah like useful things. Um, Also because I just don't have a lot of money. I think. So it's always been hard for me to justify like a figure, $100 figure or something like that. As much as I appreciate like the craftsmanship, or just the anime ladies, like yeah, I think in Japan the most expensive thing I bought was, I think, a $17 like art book. uh and it was, yeah, what the fuck was this, Grand Blue Fantasy. I just like the artist. And what else? Yeah, it was mostly books that I got back, which I don't know if I'll do that if I go back again, because the books are heavy, dude. Books are real heavy. Uh, anime merch is a lot. Yeah, I'll say I think the closest I came, or the most passionate I ever was about anime merch, was um maybe almost right before we started making videos. Oh, excuse me, making videos here. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know. It was 2 years ago, maybe. But yeah, like I was really into like the streetwear stuff, because I'm like, damn, that's sick. It's really like, I love just like hard collision of these two very different cultures that that seem to actually work well together. Um, so yeah, but like again, all that shit, you know, bit expensive. I'm not gonna. It's hard for me to justify uh, like I don't know how much they were. Like I don't know, like a $150 windbreaker, right? When I can just buy um it's not so hard to like find creative ways to like make cool shit now. You know what I mean? Like I can go to Value Village, which is like Canada's like super thrift store place, and yeah, I can find like a windbreaker for I don't know, $10, and then you can just like spray paint and you can just like make a stencil, right? You could buy like a $50 projector, and then you could project a stencil onto something, or you can just trace it, uh, and then you can make a stencil out of it and just get some white spray paint and then right. So it's really, yeah, really easy to make cool stuff now. Like I don't what's the another one. I didn't have an Adidas. I don't know why we thought it'd be funny to just be like squatting in full Adidas um tracksuits. I didn't have an Adidas tracksuit, man, and so he just took like sports tape and he just taped it down the sides. It's just like three stripes, and it looks good enough. It looks pretty good, actually. Still got the stripes on him. Um, so yeah, yeah, and the back to my tracksuit. Sorry, my windbreaker story. I think like most of the time when you look at people who, if we're talking about being cool, being a cool dude, um, most of the time when you look at people, you're usually looking at them from like over 6 feet away, right? Um, so yeah, most people we see, most people we judge or whatever, we're not like usually like in their bubble or like, because it's a bit creepy, Um, so yeah, just like bold designs, and these like kind of broad strokes and designs, totally work fine. And then it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to, it's kind of funny to get people's like. I know my girlfriend does a lot of this stuff too, but it's kind of funny to get reactions from people when you just tell them how you just kind of like homebrewed it together, and it's like interesting. It's one of a kind. I think people should make their anime merch. I think that fucking guy Tabasco Sweet, he needs to do some anime merch videos, or maybe we'll do one, man. We'll pimp. We'll find some sad lad, and we gonna pimp him out. We gonna pimp him out. I am that sad lad. It's gonna be me. So yeah, like, dude, I apologize if the stream is choppy or whatever. I think my camera's out of focus. Okay. Or hold on. Okay. Oh god, now these like laser hairs are gonna stay. Fuck. It's face tracking. Like that Panasonic face tracking technology. Not that good. Oh my god, oh dear. Now there are 8 people here. Oh dear. Yeah, it's just my internet's really slow anyway. That's what I was trying to say. I think these lines are gonna go. God damn. I think these tracking lines are gonna go away in like a minute or two. This is so bad. Oh, this fucking thing is so bad, dude. Oh my god. I'm definitely removing this after. Oh my god. Oh well. Yeah. Dude, if you're lurking in chat, tell us what you're doing up so late. Or maybe you're in China, and you just see this guy and you're like, what a disgrace, I'm usually up late because for whatever reason my mind gets like super active late at night, and I think it get really like dopamine thirsty, and like especially on YouTube I'm like really like, I'm like, oh, just hit me with an awesome thought-provoking like mind fuck video. So and usually, yeah, and then I like reading like philosophy at night, and like just like kind of like conceptual stuff, because it's like cool to think. It's cool to think about, man. And yeah, and most just generally I don't like going to bed. I don't like going to bed because because especially at night you start thinking about like all the stuff you didn't do, and all the stuff you could have done, and what you're gonna do differently. That's for me at least. You start like over planning, overthinking. I really try not to, and yeah, and I think sleep is just not something I really look forward to. I don't know why it doesn't It's like sleep doesn't feel good to me. It just feels like a task. Dude, I could go on forever, man. I could go on just like talking, um just blabbing for hours. So yeah, just tell me what you want me to uh yeah, just if there's anything I can address or anything on your mind that we can talk about. But like I could rant on forever. I don't know why lately I've just been, I just feel like my mind, especially at fucking 3 a.m., it's so buzzy that I could tangent off of like one thing to another. It's just like an endless pinball ramp, you know. My schedule's a mess. Immortalis, you've been up since 11 p.m. You woke up at 11 p.m. Oh damn, boy, dang, wow, yeah, it's that's so interesting. How how like how we just kind of like I often think about like why why is it that it's so easy like for me to just push my sleep ahead, but then it's so easy to push my sleep like later and later and later, but then it's so hard to like kind of bring it back. And and that's kind of like where that stupid college bro um all-nighter technique comes from, right? Is that you just might as well keep pushing it for another 24 hours. uh and obviously that's not great. Like I think I read a book on sleep a long time ago, and yeah, it's not great. So yeah, and obviously the more reasonable thing to do is just like to bring your sleep back, right? To go to bed, blah, an hour earlier every day. And I don't know why that's so hard to do. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's the idea that like we like to get more out of our day, and we don't like the idea that we're getting time taken away outside of our day or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but um um I have been writing this whole time. Writing like when I get ideas, like when just something pops up. So we definitely have no shortage of ideas there. It's just like the production is production. Yeah, it was tough, and I'm like, damn, if I just like had more money, obviously that's all what it always comes down to, unfortunately. But because we like having like just such stupid ass homebrew shit. But sometimes it's like, oh man, we sometimes like, oh, it feels really bad like letting go of a great idea because you don't have because we're like, well, also time, right? Because because then we're the ones who have to make it. And we're like, oh man, maybe that's not worth it, but it'd be so funny, It's just like, oh, but what if? But what if? And I think that's just what I've been thinking about with like career stuff too. I'm like, oh man, like just I'm not really happy. Is this? I'm actually like the opposite of happy. What if, um, what if this is it? Because like for most people, like I feel like that's kind of it, right? And they just work and then they keep working. That's crazy. And the yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, especially for creativity, like I got to a point where I was like, oh, what if I just do what what if for my creative activities I pick this one and this one and this one, and you start having to like, you're like compartmentalizing your day or something, like your system, you're systemizing shit. um when life isn't just like, when life is not systematic, you like, you choose to systemize shit. And that's kind of like, that's exactly like why our words are sometimes bad. Like our words are kind of limiting. Sometimes we try to express ourselves and we get into trouble for it because our words don't fully encompass, an experience, right? Because we choose to make a word very specific of what it is meant to describe. But when you put a bracket here and here, you're also cutting it off from everything else that it's not, or everything else that it's kind of close to, or everything else that it's the inverse, converse, Rubik's Cube algorithm of. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's weird. It was weird, like having to, feeling like I had to choose between doing things. Um, and I didn't even like have a career. I was just like kind of training for something. I was in training, but we weren't making any money. So once again, I'm like, dang, is am I uh is there an opportunity cost here that I'm kind of giving up? Because I could be just learning more skills on my own at home, right? At something that might not warrant a full time commitment, right? That gives you a lot of time still to do other things. Even an extra, like, even if you're working like half the days, you're um you're saving more time than just the hours you work, because there's like, for in my case, right, there's like the commuting that's involved, and then there's like making lunch and like meal prepping that's involved on those days that you work, right? Because I just kind of like, I get up, work out, and go, and then I come back and then try to keep studying, and then I then those days I actually did fall asleep pretty soon. um, so yeah, so it's more than just that. Like having less days of work is, it's, you're not just saving 8 hours of work a day, right? There's also kind of like the emotional side of things. Like, if work is a very taxing and emotionally laboring place, and um, and obviously when you're not thinking about work for like a continual amount of days, that has something to do with it too, right? Having different thoughts in your head could be a better or worse thing. I don't know. But yeah, so that's how I thought about like work. I was like, ooh. As much as I did really want it, as hard as I was working, though, I was still like, no, I still really wanted it. But then COVID hit, and then yeah, that made me kind of think about stuff differently, or because that's all you do during COVID, man. Like if you're bored, you just kind of like think about stuff. I don't know what you guys do. You guys play like video games? Uh, I started playing video games. I'll probably ramble for just another couple of minutes here. So I don't want to keep you guys up too late either. uh, and yeah, and I really like doing night streams. I think they're cool, but like just got these. I have to have these lights on. They're so bright, but it's night. I don't even remember what I was talking about. All right, hit me with a Ghost in the Shell is a work of art. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the video one. Oh, thank you. That's funny. I actually don't like I actually don't like that one. I'm like, really? It's just what is this, a drawn out pun? I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I obviously don't like being like disruptive. I feel like just we're like um, pissing off like just honest workers. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Okay, okay, okay. Nelly Furtado, the worst guy. Yeah, I thought Ghost in the Shell was okay. Yeah, yeah, it was okay, man. It was okay, but they liked it. Did you get my email? All right, check your email if you didn't. Uh, check your email. But yeah, man, I've been going on for I think trying to think when I started. When how long did I start? How long? I started like an hour ago, I think. Yeah, but I've just been talking the whole time. I've been trying to keep it going the whole time, trying to talk. I did a book review um for Elizabeth Gilbert's Big Magic and Seth Godin's Lynchpin. I did kind of like it's kind of like a back to back, kind of like a double feature. But yeah, I prefer SAG over other iterations. Yeah, I haven't watched the new one, the Netflix one, where she has like where her hair looks a bit like I like her hair better in that one for sure. It's very art school, and I think standalone complex. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't remember too much about what differentiates like one season and the other, but um, I I just remember that like what I really like are just like the ideas. And they've always got just like interesting ideas, and it doesn't quite matter, you know, the I, the story of Ghost in the Shell. Actually, like a lot of it just kind of like went over my head because I'm not smart enough to like pay attention and keep track of everything. So, but like it's kind of like the ideas that they presented for the techno future. That's stuff that was digestible for me. Phantasmagoria. Ah, hello. I won't go for. Well, fuck. I won't go for too much longer. Um, the I was going for. Have you seen it, going for you know Asian dude. And another example of how just things go over my head. I was talking about. I saw like Big Lebowski because I don't know if I mentioned this, but one time when I was or the one time I went to Anime Expo at the hotel roof party, I met a guy and he was a Dudist priest, and I think he like gave me a sermon and like inducted me or something. Like it was pretty cool. I think I don't know. So because I haven't seen Big Lebowski, right? So I watched Big Lebowski, and like it's just like a bunch of stuff happens. It's like and there's the guy called the Dude, and and then they made a religion after him, but like nothing really happens in the movie. So I do what I do, and I go and watch like YouTube video essays on Big Lebowski, and apparently it's like a social critique of it's a critique of the social and power structure of America during the Gulf War, right? It's kind of like Parasite, like it's kind of like trying to talk about like the different classes and certain attitudes they have on or against each other. But I never got that from watching the movie. I never got that there was just like this deep allegory, man. And yeah, so I was just trying to do some more research into dudism, right? Because apparently, I was a dudist and I've been one for a long time, you know. Basically is what this is coming down to. Man. And yes, dudism is basically kind of, as I've learned, is kind of like Taoism, and weed. So it's kind of like these two things together. And Taoism is kind of like that, that yin yang shit with with Elizabeth Gilbert and Seth Godin. Just having to, and with words, just the duality of things, and having to just really embrace things holistically, or you can think about it like in pairs, like the good and the bad. Because if you're just good all the time, eventually it's like you get bored of it, unless things get bad, then you're reminded of what good is, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, but just gonna check. Just gonna check my email here. Yeah. Cool. I'm not. Okay, so I'll be going to and Monday I'm free. Yeah. Friday. Okay, sorry. I just fucking die. I swear sometimes I get so deep into something, I just fucking die in it. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, I'll figure it out if I think it's just too late right now. I'll figure out if Monday or Friday work better, man. That's so funny. God damn, I'm getting messages left and right from YouTube about my shitty stream bit rate. Okay. Yeah, guys, it's 36. Jesus. just I just stroked, man. It's 3:36, man. Okay. Yeah, any parting words? I will get out of here, and I'll try and go to bed. Usually I just kind of like lay there in bed. Usually I just kind of lay there and I try to go to bed, and I get like sometimes I'll get like angry, then I'll get like the sleep sweats, like the sleep. I don't know. There's got to be a term for this. I'm kind of like frustrated that I'm not going to sleep. And I try willing myself to go to sleep. The more I will myself to go to sleep, the more I can't go to sleep. The more mad I am. It'd be like a really cool, like video game like special ability. I think is to like just like get really mad, but only like if you're like trying to go to sleep. It'd be like one of those like kind of like he's so powerful. But and that's why it only activates under such extreme, excruciating conditions, right? Like that kid who has to get fucking shot at by lightning 7 times to become Zachary Quinto.